Okay, this is a quick tutorial on how to install Infinicraft because apparently people cannot read. So we're going to do this instead. And in order to make this as from the start as possible, this is like a fresh Windows install. The only thing it has on it is a portable version of Google Chrome. So we're going to go from the very beginning. I'm not even going to edit any of this. So if I run into any trouble that you guys might also run into, then you can see how I fix it. Okay, I'm not gonna sign in. Skip. I don't care. Got it. Yep, yep, yep. So first we're gonna go to Infinicraft. If I can spell. Great, awesome. We are right here. Perfect. Now, if you read this, then you should be able to set it up, but apparently people don't, so we're gonna do this instead. First of all, we are going to download server and or we're going to download the mod and the backend because we need both of those. Second, I'm going to use Prism Launcher because I think that it's a pretty good and easy way to do this, but you can use whatever works for you. Just know that if something goes wrong with it, you can't blame me because I'm not using that. Okay, we're going to extract that. Great. And we are going to run that. Yep, yep. I don't care. I will. A Microsoft account and sign in with Microsoft. Okay. Um, Copy link location, and then I'm actually going to do this over here where you guys can't see it, so that you guys don't get my Microsoft account code or whatever. There we go. Yep. Yep. Okay. Perfect. And for you guys, you just need to sign in if you're following along exactly. Great. We're going to add an instance. This is for 1.20.4, so we're going to add that. Mod lower is going to be Fabric. Latest one works. We're going to just hit OK for now, and then we're going to immediately hit Edit. And actually, I'm also going to immediately rename this to Infinicraft. Great. We're going to hit Edit. Mods. Download mods. This needs the Fabric API. This needs OO libs. And this needs mod menu. Do not, and I repeat, do not try and put something like sodium on here because it will break it immediately. Great. Add file. We're going to go to downloads and add our Infinicraft. There it is. Yay, version 3.1.0. Great. Now we can't launch this yet because we haven't installed and run the backend. So, first of all, we need Python. Python. We're going to download Python. I know, it's crazy. Great. And once that is downloaded, we're going to go with that. We're going to do install now. Wow. While that is going, we're going to go and download Olama. Download. Download for Windows. That works. This will take a little bit longer than all the other ones. Perfect. While this is going on in downloads, we are going to extract the Infinicraft server. Great. Oh my gosh, this has this already in there. That's great. Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, I will pause until these are done. So just give me a second. Okay, it looks like Llama is just about done downloading now. So once this is finished, great, we're gonna click on that, get that up and running. This is still doing its own thing here. But you might have to wait a hot second for Llama to open because it is slow. Great. Install. Can close that, can close that. And at this point, I can close that as well. If you have any questions, by the way, you can join the Discord, or if you want to look at the code, everything is open source. So you can come in here and see all this stuff. So you'll notice that in the future, there's going to be a public backend. That's this Python thing. Meaning that in the future, you won't need Python or Olama. You just need the mod like this, which will be great. But unfortunately, that's not a thing right now. Meaning that you have to do this. By the way, when this says personal server setup, this is not referring to a Minecraft server. This is referring to an Infinicraft server. So this isn't a multiplayer only thing. This is just, you need this running. You can play this multiplayer. Granted, every single client will have to do this for now until there's a public server. But I digress. You can play multiplayer with this, but anyways, I think, did Olama do that? It looks like Olama is installed. So now we can go into CMD. We can type Olama. You can see it's there. So now I can do Olama run Llama 3. Now it's gonna say polling manifest. This is gonna download 4.7 gigabytes onto your computer. If you don't have 4.7 gigabytes, then I highly, strongly recommend waiting for a stable release, also known as whenever we get this thing up again. Because otherwise this is going to eat your memory, it's going to eat your RAM, it's going to take up all of your CPU, or if you have a fancy GPU, then it's going to take up all of your fancy GPU, um, just so you're aware. So if your hardware is not good enough, then don't do this. But anyways, okay. Well, I will wait for these to finish and then we'll be right back. Okay, so it looks like Olama is just about done pulling that manifest there. So then there's just a couple more things it needs to grab. Then it's going to verify that it didn't download something broken, that it like actually all works. Success. And now it's gonna do this for a second um, while it loads the model into RAM. So this could take a hot minute. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna take up all the memory. 4 gigabytes? This install only has 4 gigabytes? Wow. Now at this point it should say send a message, and I mean you can, if you want, you can say hi, and it'll be like, hello, how are you? And things like that. Or you can just close this. That's perfectly fine as well, because as long as Olama is running down here, don't hit quit, but as long as it's running down here, then we should be chilling. Great. Now then, um, now we just need to wait for Python to finish installing here. So we will do that. Okay, so it looks like it finally finished. While it was doing that, I was playing Rocket League and got destroyed by bots. My bad. Now this has a thing that says disable path limit. I would do this. Just I would click that and it disappears just because I would do that if I were you. Um, Great. And now with all that out of the way, Let's see here. Llama's running. Great, great. Oh, and you can check that llama is running, by the way, by going to localhost colon 11434. And if it says llama is running, then you're chilling and you're good to go. Okay, so now we're going to do even more horrible things. So if you hold down shift and right click in a folder, you can open up a PowerShell window. That's what I'm going to do here. And then I'm going to type Python space infin, and then I'm just going to press tab because it'll complete it for me. And then after that, you're going to hit enter, and it's probably going to give you an error to start out. That was not the error I was expecting it to give me. How about this? What? See, and this is why I'm not doing this. Cut, because did it not automatically add that to my path? That's really frustrating. This PC, see, would it be in program files, common files? No, apparently not. Users, this one, or whatever. Hold on. Python is in fact right here. Are you not in my path? Path. You guys hopefully shouldn't need to do this. Wait, it says it's right there. It says it's in there. It says it's in there. It says it right there. Python programs Python. That says the launcher. Wait a second. Why does it say the launcher? Launcher? What the frick? No. Um, it's like what is it again? Python 313. Okay. 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 Will it work now? Will it? Will it do it? Sorry, chat. This is embarrassing. Oh my gosh, it did it. Okay, perfect. Okay. Python Infinicraft server. Great. So now it's going to say something like this. No module name Flask. All we're going to do is type pip install Flask in this case. Pip 2 didn't install pip. It didn't add pip to the environment variables either. Where even does it have pip? Where does it have? Okay, so it didn't. It's in here as well, but it also didn't add that apparently. So we're gonna edit our environment variables again. Yay! And we are going to add that. Good. Okay. Again, hopefully you didn't need to do all that because it should do that automatically. Maybe try restarting your computer if that happens, because I don't know. That's weird. It should not do that. So super strange, but now we should be good to go. So once again, we are going to retry pip install Flask. Great. And now it's doing that. So now when we click it, it should give us a different one. In this case, it says requests. So we're going to do requests. I know I should probably make a requirements.txt, but I'm lazy and I'm doing other things right now. So we're just gonna do this. Now this one requires you to do it a little differently. So for this one, you're going to look up PyTorch, click on this, then click Get Started, and then most of you are probably going to have to click CPU. If you have an NVIDIA graphics card, I have an NVIDIA graphics card. In fact, I can use CUDA 12.8. Then you can might have to change what this is. All these you shouldn't have to change at all. The only thing you're selecting here is one of these. After you select it, just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to install the CPU version because that's what most of you are probably going to be doing. Then you're going to copy this, paste it, hit enter, and now it's going to install it. And this could take a hot second because it needs to install all of the dependencies, which are a solid handful. Okay, but we can close this out now. We don't need that anymore. And we're gonna sort of keep doing this for a bit. I know it takes a hot minute, but in the future, when we have a public server up, and it will be the default setting to the public server, then you should only need to download the jar file and put that in and you're good to go, which if you remember that took us like 5 minutes maximum. So that wasn't that yeah, that wasn't that hard. But unfortunately we don't have that yet because we are in beta right now. But I think that we should have um, a stable release by like October. That's kind of where I'm projecting it. And if you at any point want to know kind of where we're at right now in development, getting us there, then you can go to the website once again and you can view the Trello board. And this is my to-do list. And you can also click these to see exactly what these are. And so right now, I mean, I was trying to re-implement throwable items, but that's hard and a pain, so I'm gonna do that later. Um, right now, you can actually rename an item and it'll think that that is what you renamed it to. So like if you named dirt diamonds, then it will think that you put in diamonds. So I'm gonna need to fix that real quick before the stable release. If you break the Infinicrafter, it will not drop what was in it, unfortunately. Um, you can put things in the output slot for some reason. Uh, yeah. Anyway, um, also we're going to add blocks eventually, sometime in the future. Um, preferably before stable release, but these also might need to get put into here, but we'll see. Still need to get the public server up and running, and something that is really cool that somebody, I can't remember exactly who it was, they had a really cool idea, is to, once the public server is up, create an automatic wiki of like items you can make and the crafting tree that's required to like make that. So that should be cool. But again, I guess that doesn't need to be done before stable release. Really, the things that need to be done before stable release are all the bugs, all this, and this, and getting a public server up. And then technically it will be stable. It won't be great, but it'll be stable, which is nice. Um, but yeah, so we are just going to wait a bit for it to finish installing here. So I will see you once it's done doing that. Okay, boys, it did it. So then we run this again, and then it should uh um self please. Oh, we need this as well. That's unfortunate, but yeah, we're gonna install this as well. I mean, most of you should actually already have this installed, but in case you don't, and there's a chance that you don't, then you're gonna copy that. Yeah, stop it. And go here, and this is going to download that. We're gonna do this. Gonna do that. We're gonna do a little bit of that. There's a reason that I'm telling you that this is mainly a project that is currently for developers only, is because you actually need to know as a developer what the heck you're doing in order to solve problems like this. But I digress. Eventually, it will be way more user friendly. And instead of taking like half an hour or something to install and set up, it will instead take 5 seconds, which is nice. So now we're going to wait for this to install. Okay, this has worked and it has installed. Perfect. Okay, so now when we do it, now it's actually going to take a hot second, but I get the feeling that we're probably still going to get an error. We did. It says no module fit transformers. So once again, pip install transformers. Yay. Come on, I believe in you. You can do it. You can do the thing. Yeah, you did it. Okay, so now we run this, and it says that module not founder. I'm pretty sure it means WANDB is not found, so we're gonna do that. Pip install WANDB. Yes, WANDB was in fact not found, which is what we need. Great. Now we go again. Oh my gosh. And then it should automatically download BitROS as well, which is our in-house custom-made uh, image generator, pixel art generator for the items. And it is pretty cool and really good. Major shout out to, um, major shout out to Chara for doing that. Um, I helped a little bit, but it was mostly they did most of the work, and they're really awesome. Anyways, allow, yes, we want that, and now it is up. So and we can control C, and I believe now that that's working in the future, we can just double click this and it should, in theory, just run. Perfect. And Olama is still running. Very good. So now comes the exciting bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we get to actually run the thing. So go into whatever mod launcher loader thing you're using. Again, I am using this one. And we can actually get started because Olama is running, the backend is running, the Infinicraft server, and now this is going to be running. For me, it does need to quickly actually download Minecraft in order to work, but it should be able to do that just fine. So, 98, 99, 100. Okay, so actually, um, quick talk about like where we're at and the direction we're trying to go. Because there's a couple things that I noticed get talked a lot about in the Discord server that I'd like to address. First of all, right now, kind of what we're focusing on is mostly to use this as like a decoration based mod, like, because the thing is that you can't add functionality at runtime, okay? You just can't. You can add some basic functionality like throwing an item or maybe placing a block and stuff like that, but anything more complex than that, like that's more item specific, is really, really, really hard. Sorry, it's impossible to do. Um, so this isn't the kind of mod where you can like make a gun and then shoot it. Like maybe we'll add functionality for, I don't know, what would most likely happen is you'd be able to throw the gun, which is a hilarious thought, throwing your gun at your enemy instead of firing it. But if you make a car, you won't be able to place it down and drive it or anything like that. Okay, the most that you can do for now is you can eat food that is it creates. Um, Different items should have different, or will eventually at least, I don't think they do right now, but they will eventually have the like different damage, attack damage, and mining speeds and efficiencies and stuff like that. Um, but it's like basic stuff like that. We want to get some blocks functionality in, so where um, you can actually place some of the blocks, which will look just like blocks, and they will probably all have the same amount of hardness, but I don't know, we might be able to work something out there. But that's kind of where we're headed. If you're looking for something where you can get something like a car you can drive, just go download a car mod. Like, don't, this will not do it. That something like that is never
Press
something
enter
we
to
grab.
enable the narrator.
Shut up. Okay, something like that's not something that we can ever, okay, implement, stuff like that. But it is still a super fun mod to play around in and try and like make different things. And the hope is that eventually it will be really good for building because you can make whatever kind of block you want. But anyways, now that we're here, you can change the Infinicraft settings by going to mods and then clicking configure. You can show the recipe that was used to create an item. You can show a description of the item that was used. That's what gets used to generate the icon. The Infinicraft server, right now it is http:// localhost 1:17707. You'll notice that it is in fact what this thing is, okay? And when we have a public version, this will change. You can change it manually yourself if you have your program running somewhere else. But for now, we're going to leave that there. And seconds before a request times out, basically, if your computer is slow enough that it takes more than 60 seconds to craft an item, then you need to change this, because basically if an item is unable to be crafted after this amount of seconds, then it will give up and spit the items back out at you. In this case, I think my computer is plenty good enough, so we can keep that at 60 seconds. Done, and you can do single player, multiplayer, whatever you want. Again, multiplayer have to be running the same setup as you. They need to have a llama on their computers and the backend running on their computers, unless you like do some crazy, only devs will know what I'm about to say, so I think it's fine. But if you port forward your Infinicraft server such that the other players' clients can connect to it by changing the settings in the mod, then that's fine. But I would honestly just rather recommend to you that you just have everybody have their own for now until a server comes out. But right, I'm just gonna make this creative for now. We're gonna call this Infinicraft. Yay! Okay. And by the way, the Infinicrafter, I should say, can be crafted. You have to find craft infinitium ore and stuff like that first, though. Oh, what is with the sensitivity? It's fine. I can work with this. This is perfectly a-okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna find the Infinicrafter, which is in functional blocks, by the way. Place it down, and when you right click on it, you should get presented with this screen. I'm going to grab, I don't know, maybe I'll grab an emerald and like a diamond sword. Put an emerald in here and a diamond sword, and it'll start going. And you should see that come up in here. The first time that you run this, it should say that this doesn't exist. It'll create it for you, and then it'll go through all this, and you can see it created an emerald sword. While then, it's also going to generate. Once again, this model.save tensors thing will only happen the first time, but it's then going to load up BitROS and generate an icon. In this case, it has generated an icon for an emerald sword. Wow. How incredible. I don't know why my game is spazzing out. I think it's purely because I'm in a Windows sandbox and it doesn't like that for some reason. But yeah, this should work for you now. Can I eat this? I can't, unfortunate. Oh yeah, I will actually quickly demonstrate making like edible items. So if I grab like an apple and I don't know, pumpkin pie, like maybe that'll make an apple pie, I think. Pumpkin apple pie, and it looks exactly the same pumpkin pie. This is not going to work as fast as mine does, by the way, because I have an RTX 5070 Ti and you do not. So, but anyways, you can see that I can eat it. I know, it's crazy. So, but that is how to set that up. Then you can hit save to quit to title. And then I think we fixed the bug where if you try and go back into the world, it'll crash. Did we? Did we do that? Can't remember if I did that. I did do that. I fixed that. That's good. And yeah, so then you can hit quit game. You can hit like Control C, or you can just close this window. You can close this and this, and then in order to make it so that Olama isn't eating up all of your RAM, you can quit Olama. And then, if you want to launch it ever again, it's as simple as um, running the Infinicraft server, right? And running Olama. Uh, Great. And that should do that. And then finally, oops, did this not work for some reason? There it goes. Now it's working. I just needed to click it while this screen was in the same folder. Okay, and then go into the Minecraft world again. So starting it up again is way, way faster and way more simple. Um, and just to show you that it will actually run and load again, I will do that quickly. So if you do the same thing as me, first of all, you should not get as many errors as I got because I did this on a fresh install of Windows. You should already have a bunch of this stuff already installed. But in the event that you don't, if you did exactly the same as me, you shouldn't have received any errors or anything like that. Preparing resources, that's great. Awesome. Great. I can. Ooh, my emerald sword has apparently lost its texture. That is incredibly unfortunate. Oh, there it goes. There it is. Anyways, I'm gonna combine the emerald sword and the pumpkin pie. Ooh, very weirdest combination. Oh, it didn't like that. Oh, this will sometimes happen. If it spits it out again, and you come in here and it says expecting, comma, delimiter or something like that, 500. Just try again. I mean, really? That just sometimes occur because sometimes a llama is terrible. Emerald pumpkin pie. So now you can see it's got like emerald bits in there. Oh my gosh, that is special, and I can still eat this. That's crazy. Save and quit the title. And that is how you do that. That's something that you should note. If it ever spits out your items and you know Olama is running and this and stuff like that, I would look in here and see if there's an error. And if it's an error that isn't this, then by all means, at that point, come into the Discord server and tell me about it. And we can get that, see if we can get that fixed for you. But anyways, great. Closing out everything, quitting a llama. That is how you do that. And that should be all installed for you now. So, if you have any more questions for me, please join the Discord server. Again, in order to do that, all you need to do is go to the website. Shut up. Okay, Infinicraft. And just click on the Discord icon. And then it should give you a link to the Blue Cubed community. So, all right, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and I hope to not have to see you with an error ever in my life. But I do hope to see you with some really cool creations, which you can actually post cool creations you've made in the Discord server as well. So I would highly recommend joining. But with that, I will see you sometime else. But bye bye.